math, right? That's what we say every day. How about the next one? Now the next one is a relation on a graph. So this is where you have to find the coordinates. So there's kind of a nice way to do this. This is not a point, by the way. It looks it, but it's the 0. I don't know if they on this example. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So there's 7 coordinates that make up this relation that's in the form of a graph. So they can be in a table, in a mapping diagram, in a graph. So one way to do this, if I zoom this way in, you could just list the coordinates by each point. So if I were to say this would be -5, 0, and you could continue to label them, or the nice thing is, so I'm looking for the domain. So if I choose a highlighter, since I have one, and I look at the x-axis, because the x-axis is my domain, and I'm going to just highlight where my points are. So here I have a point that has an x of -5. Here I have a point that has an x of -3 right below it, because this is my point. I'll just kind of draw that highlighter up to it. This point right here has an x of -1. This point has an x that is 0. This point, if I go over to 2, then I could go down to find that point. 3 and 4. Now I can just look at that like a number line. So let's take a look at that. So what is my domain? I would put my set braces and list all the values that is part of the domain in this relation. So this would be, always check me, -3 or -5, -3, -1, 0, 2, 3, and 4. And again, there's so many ways. Just pick a way that you're going to be successful at, especially when you're trying to be careful and just work with detail for this. Now let's do our range. So when you do the range, sometimes, again, it's helpful, especially if you have a highlighter, you go along the y-axis, because the range, as we know, is the y. So here we go. So if I start down at the bottom, this point, right there, the y is at -3. That point, it's at -1. And then I have 2 points that have a y of 0. I have 4, 0, and -5, 0. So I'm just going to highlight right over that one. And then I have 1 for the y, and then I have 3 for the y, and then I have 4 for the y. So all my y coordinates match up with a point, and I can just look at my y-axis as a number line. And here we go. We're going to put our braces and list our range. So our range would be -3, -1, 0, 1, 3, and 4. What do you think?